Hi, this is Kevin and Luke. We're on a approximately 3-night backpacking trip. Our plans changed at the last moment. We went to a different spot. We're going to give you an overview of what kind of gear we would take on a 3-night backpacking trip. Our gear styles are different a bit, so we made different decisions. There isn't a right way or a wrong way whatsoever. I would consider myself more of a lightweight minimalist, with a focus on proven performance, right?
I tend a little more on the paranoid side. I don't have as much experience with Kevin, so I haven't found where exactly I can trim down to the bare minimum. So I usually take a little more than I need to.
So anyway, I chose our Divide backpack. It works quite well for me. I like the pocket layout, the mesh pocket. For just standard backpacking, it's fine. As far as sleep system, I took the Feathered Friends 20-degree flicker. I know I could go a little bit lighter, but I don't want to have 50 quilts around, so our temps were expected to be in the 30s, so it was sufficient. I have a pillowcase with that is stuffed, and then for sleeping pads, I took a ridge rest and a torso length inflatable. It's super simple, and I don't have to get dizzy trying to blow it up.
For my insulation, I brought a giant rectangular homemade Climate Shield quilt. Takes up about half of my pack bag. It definitely doesn't pack nicely like Kevin's. For my pads, I've got a Neo Air, and for backup, I've got a Crazy Creek chair on the bottom here.
A lot of times, I take the sleeping bag and I just stuff it in without the stuff sack. I really brought the stuff sack as an example. For food, I just pack these 3-4 day kits on my own beforehand, and then I just grab them, right, depending on the length. I have a couple backpacker meals, but mostly it's stuff like oatmeal, mashed potatoes, sausage, that I cut and I cook those up. I also, for cooking, I have a pocket rocket. It's not necessarily my favorite, but it works. I don't really like using fuel things, but it is what it is. I have this anodized aluminum cook kit. I can use this over a fire or have a little more cooking flexibility over the pocket rocket. And then my new secret weapon, which everyone's going to be so impressed with, is this Thermos for, I think, a kid's meal. It weighs about the same as a Thai cup, but I can store some food in there if I decide I don't want to eat it all, and I can keep my tea hot. So, and then I stash all those with a bamboo spoon and just a little stuff sack, and I'm good to go.
Yeah, so my food is mostly noodles, mashed potatoes, tuna, oatmeal. I've been trying to get away from freeze dry as much as I can. My trail snacks are mostly just jerky and trail mix. I'll usually keep those in the side pocket on the precipice where I can get at them real quick. For my cooking, I brought a Tokes mug, Thai mug with the bail handle, and their little collapsible kind of wood gas stove. We decided this form factor was hard to use out here. It's a little tippy. I knocked it over at least once, and you couldn't get much wood in it. And this morning, after it rained all last night, I had to borrow his pocket rocket because all the wood's wet. So probably amending that in the future.
My possibilities pouch, I got gloves, fire kit. I actually have a Suntastic solar charger, some cordage, compass, some other things. I could pare this down a little bit. I carry a Leatherman in my pocket, a big one. I've parted around with a lot of different knives, you know, and it's really hard to get the perfect balance on the knife scene. I have a hygiene kit. I feel that's pretty important. And really, that's about it. After that, I got some snacks. I got my water purifier and my rain gear. I'll go ahead and do those. I have a kilt, so I'm a stylish guy running around with a kilt. I actually kind of like them in an environment like this because you can throw them on if it starts raining without taking your pack off. I have a event style lightweight rain jacket. I have some gaiters. Not sure if these are going to be useful or not, but given the time and season, they might be. And then I have a Sawyer regular size filter. I think Luke will elaborate a little bit. It does clog up a little bit. The water isn't really perfect here, but it is what it is.
Yeah, so I was running the Sawyer Mini, and we decided when the water looks like that, it's just too silty for the Mini. I was getting about 1/4 of a liter before it would clog up. His Sawyer Squeeze was doing at least a liter before he had to back flush, but mine was bordering on unusable. I do have a Rapid Pure as a backup. Probably have to get that out today because I don't think I want to fight the Sawyer anymore. But all my water filter stuff goes in one of the side pockets with my all-important barbecue Pringles. And I've got all my clothing, synthetic puffy, light cotton sun shirt. That's all in a Cuban roll top, which was actually my pillow last night and a lot more comfortable than I thought it would be. I've got, since all I brought was a wind shirt, I wasn't really counting on rain. I do have a backup poncho, just kind of a sil nylon thing. I usually have just a Mora and a folding saw, just as my just in case stuff. Then my possibles is mostly just a toothbrush, some gloves, bug net, things like that. Got my tent stakes, my water. I've got obviously my dirty and my clean. This took way too long to get that clear than it should have. And then I also use a front pack for all my little tiny fiddly stuff that I would lose in the bottom of my pack. My map, my compass, a pin, a Leatherman, got my spork, stuff like that.
That it?
I believe so.
Okay, we also have a BT2 that we chose, small profile, easy to pitch in something like this. It's over where our tent is. So anyway, thank you very much for watching, and we hope you found this information.